Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you this baby jewelry loom that I got. It's actually pretty neat, but it has some flaws. If you want to make a bracelet, you will need to have the bigger loom, and that is actually really big and a tiny bit too big if you ask me for a bracelet, and this one is kind of too short for a bracelet. The other part is that you are threading your beads, and then you are popping them under, and then you pop them up, and you need to be able to kind of get your fingers in there to pop these beads up. Let's try here. So you can see here. So you can see I have my beads on my thread, so I'm bringing my thread under thing that I'm making here. You could do it the other way around, but I do it this way. Then I'm bringing the beads up between these strings that we have, and I do that by pushing them up with my fingers, and then of course we are going to thread back. This way they are going to stay in place. The problem here is that in this corner here, if I want to use the whole length of this loom, I cannot get my finger up in that corner to do it right. So I had to do it here and then bring them up back, and that was difficult. So I was thinking I can do one better than this loom. So I went to Fusion 360 and I designed this thing. And there is a lot of room in it, because with this one I have to bring this one, I have to bring a box with beads and the patterns and stuff like that. So here I want to have everything in one piece. So first of all, we have this body, the main body here. That took around 24 hours to print. Then I printed these two pieces here, and you can see they have a curve here, and that's supposed to go down here. So I have the curve this way, and I'm just popping that in here at the end of this loom. And then I have 4 ways to place this other one. And it's going in really nice, and what you call that? That's because it's the wrong one. Just a second. I will show you in a second why it's the wrong one, because they're actually the same. Anyway, so you put that in here, and now you can thread your loom, and you can still get your finger up underneath the first row of beads here. So that's pretty neat. So this one, the string will be 19 centimeters from here to here. And then you can take this one out again, and you can place it in here. Then you have 17 centimeters from here to here. The next one, again, make sure it's all into the bottom part. Here you have 15 centimeters across, and the last one right here you have 12.5 centimeters. So you have 4 different settings of length. So the reason why I have a one to the one end and one to the other end is because that you can actually pop them in here while you are not using the loom. And this one has a problem. I need to do that over. But they are supposed to go in here and stay in here. You can see this one is staying really good. You shouldn't be able to shake it loose. What I did to make sure that I didn't, that I'm not able to shake it loose, is that I placed a tiny bit of hot glue here. I don't know if you can see it. And then I squashed it really good with my tip of the glue gun. And only in this side. So in this side that was printing like this. So in this side it has a little overlay. So it is actually sitting really tight there. And in this side it was a little loose, but now because of the super glue or the hot glue, it is actually pretty well sitting in there. So I will have to do this one over because it's not staying in place. Let me try one more time. Yeah, it's not staying. So let me start up my hot glue gun. So what I do is I am taking this loom here and I am deciding what end I want this. So I'm popping out a tiny bit of hot glue onto the loom, and then I'm using the nozzle to kind of soften it out to make it flat like that, and then I am just waiting a second for it to harden again. Let me just place my hot glue gun here. There we go. Waiting for it to be not tacky anymore, and you can use your fingers to take off the tack a little. Just be careful, it is hot glue. And then you can put it in there again, and this time it's too much, so I'm bringing it out and again taking my hot glue gun, making sure I don't have any glue on the nozzle, and then I am just using the nozzle to kind of make it more flat. And it's also kind of invisible when you're done. And then trying it out, and there we go. Now it's stuck in there if not needed, and then I can always bring it out and place it in here. And the glue is also making sure that it is stuck right there to the loom. So let's take these and yeah, let's do this. Just let's place them in the loom. Actually, I think I'm gonna make this one because that's the length I want if I'm making a bracelet for myself. That was the 15 centimeters. So to be able to thread the loom, we need to have something to hold the thread. Like here we have like a little knob underneath the loom, so we need that too. So I made these two plugs here again, so we are able to take them out when not in use. And this also makes it easier to print, and they actually go right in there, and then you push it a little and then they are really nicely stuck, and now you have a place to thread your loom. So that's pretty neat. When your loom is not in use, we have the possibility to take these and place them into the little drawer here. And this little drawer has a hole here. I will show you later why, or in a second. So anyway, this is fitting really nicely in there, and it's not coming out without. I need to do really forceful, and then it's still sitting in there, but it's really easy for me to open it. In the new version you are getting, it hasn't got the little divot in here. But it has the hole in the back like these ones, so you can pop it from behind. Let me show you one. I have the bigger drawers here. This one has 2 rooms in it, and the loom comes with drawers where it only have 1 room. But you put that in there, and then from behind with the finger you can push it out. And this one is also really well stuck in there, and if it's not really well stuck, you just go ahead and put the little dot of hot glue here, making sure it's really nice and flat, waiting for it to dry, and then see if that fits better, so that you are sure that everything is actually really nicely tucked in there. So anyway, this little drawer here will come with that same hole at the bottom here, and it will look like this one, so you have a nice flat surface, and you can use this drawer for smaller things. Just remember, this drawer here has the hole at the end, because when you're then using your loom, you close the drawer and pop in these, and then the drawer here is kind of locked, but this little piece here is sitting a lot better in there when it's having the drawer in there. So I actually have a drawer for both ends of the loom, and they both have a hole on there or in there. And it's the same drawer. I just printed it twice. One is turning the one way and the other one is turning the other way. And they just fit nicely in there. So I printed, of course, more of these drawers here. And you can use them to have your beads in so that you have them where you need them, and they are going to stay in place unless you are going to be really violent. They are stuck. Actually, this one could use a tiny bit of glue. I might have to do that. And then you can, of course, get them where there are only one room, and I'm using this one for my thread. I have a few of these. And this one I have my needle sitting in when I'm not using it. So I'm just gonna place that in there, and again, it's nicely stuck. Then I have a small room right here. You can leave it as it is, but I actually made this little tiny drawer here to pop in there, and it has this little handle here. Mine has not printed that neatly, but it has a nice little handle in there. And here you can take your patterns, and I am going to bring you one pattern with the loom. I think, yeah, it's this one you will get. So I just printed this on normal paper, and then I just put some packing tape on one side and on the other side and cut it out into the shape or the width I wanted it to. So you can have bigger or smaller patterns in this little box here. And this little drawer here comes with the 2 rooms or with 3 rooms, depending on what you want. But I have these bigger patterns here, and they wouldn't fit in a 2-room drawer, so I made in a 3-room drawer, so I made the 2-room drawers. So you just put that in there and make sure they stay in there, and then close the drawer, and then you have your patterns right by your hand. And then of course you can take these pieces and pop them away, just like that, when you don't need anything with the loom. And there you have room for all your beads and your needles and your thread. And of course we take these and pop them maybe just in one of these rooms. And there you have your loom when it's not in use. It's not that big, and you have a lot of options, and you have your beads. So if you are going on vacation, you can have everything you need in the loom itself. So I'm actually pretty happy about how this came out. It took me quite some time to figure out how to do this one, and a few failed prints. But I think the end result is perfect. I love it, and I hope you will do too. So I am going to leave a link for this one in the info box below. We are not all done yet. I want to show you how to thread it and how to start a bracelet. And I think I'm gonna do the one that I am putting together with the print file. So give me a second and I will thread the loom. So hi again. Let's do something on this loom. First of all, I am going to take my pattern in my pattern drawer. This way I know what I want to do, and I am going to make this little guy here. And I need to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need 10 strings over the loom to do this one. So let's find my string here. Put that down. I'm going to take out the little plug here and pop the end of the string in the hole, and then just plug it again, and then it's nicely secure. So I'm going over here and finding one where it looks like it is quite straight. So that was one. Going around that down there. 2. Go around this one. 3. Going around again. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And the last one going down here and going around, cutting my string, and I'm making a knot if it's possible here on the last string. If I can. It's not that easy right now. So on this one, right here. There we go. I got it. So I have my 10 strings now for the pattern. Then I need my needle. Put this back in there so I have it for later. And I need a piece of string. And I make it around 1 meter. I can always make it longer if I want to. Or put another piece of thread in so that it is the length I need. Let me put that into my needle. There we go. So my needle and my string is all ready. Now to the pattern. Let's find some beads. I want the golden and the blue and the white. I think I'm using gold on the edges here instead of the silver ones. So 1 gold, 3 white, 1, 2, 3 white, 1 blue, 3 white, 3 white, and then the last gold. So the blue, the white, and the gold. So I have my beads on my string at the end of my string, and I'm popping it under. And you can decide whether you want it to have the needle this way, so you have to put the needle that way and pull it, or you want to do it the other way, so you have to put the needle in and put it out. Actually, I think I am going to turn this around. So I have my end piece here on my right side. And I don't want my end piece to be too small because I am going to sew that in later. Then I'm just placing 1 bead between each of the strings, and I am going to bring them up to the top of my loom here. And I'm going to try to find my needle on the string. Here we go. And for the way back, I am making sure that my needle is over these so you have the string under here, and I'm making sure now my needle is over when I go back. So I am going through each of the beads and making sure I have the beads lying where I want them, and then I just pull through here, and I'm pulling tight. And that's the first row, and I am going to leave this hanging loose because I'm going to sew that in when I have a few rows here. So the next one is gold and then only white. Here, gold and only white, and then gold. So 1 gold and 7 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white, and another gold. Put that on the string, put the string underneath the looms string, pull it and place the beads from underneath and up, and then again place the needle, and I'm always tightening it a bit here before I go back. There we go. And then you just follow the pattern like that, forth and back, until you're all done, or you have the length that you really need or want. I'm just gonna do one more row. And of course, because I'm on camera here, I am having problems with all my beads, and now again I don't know what's happening to me. I think I'm a bit shaky today. So 1 blue, a white, a blue, 2 whites, and my gold. There we go. Pop it under. And place it up where it belongs. And go through. Oops. There we go. And I am going to take my needle off the thread here, if I can find my needle again. There we go. And then I am going to place it on this wire or thread here, like that. And then I am going under, because this one, no, it's coming out under. I'm going over. So I'm just going into this row here, pulling it through, and going back into the first row. And pull it through. Come on. There you go. And then I'm just gonna put it back here. There we go. And you can put it through one more row if you want, or leave it like this. And then I'm just going to cut it off right there. Careful that you don't cut the side strings, but that's it. Now I have a nice start, and then I can just continue with my pattern. So I have done all my bracelets, so now I am going to take out this little end piece here, and I am going to cut up the ends. There we go. And then I'm gonna make some knots here. I can take it off in the other end as well. We can do that later. Like that. So I am trying to take 2 of these threads here, and I have one that I didn't cut. There we go. And then I'm just gonna tie a knot. And of course when I'm on camera it is a bit teasing. So I'm making 2 knots here, taking 1 thread and then finding the next one and making 2 knots on here. And of course it is teasing when I'm trying to show you guys. Tying a knot, taking that thread and the next one, and again tying 2 knots here. And I'm doing this all the way down the line here. One and oh, come on. 2. Next one. 1. 2 knots. Next one. And so on all the way down. And the last. There we go. And then I'm gonna straighten out these strings here. And then I have a tiny bit of super glue here. This is not the super glue gel that I normally use because gel is not working that good for this one. So I am just gonna pop in a tiny bit of super glue on all of these knots here. And then I am going to leave this to dry for a few seconds until it's all dry. And I'm gonna do the same on the other end here. So I'm leaving this to dry and then I will do the same and I will come back when I've done that. Then I got me a set of these locks here where you can slide in your bracelet and then of course close the little lid here and then it should be secure in there. So I am going to take one of these ends here and I think it is all dry or hardened, so I'm just gonna cut off the rest of these threads here, taking one of these, and then I am gonna I need to open it a tiny bit more, and then I'm hopefully going to slide that in over there. Give me a second. I might have to open it a tiny bit. to be able to slide it in there. And I'm just taking my time with this, not forcing anything, just carefully sliding it in there, making sure everything is in there. And then I can use this flat nose plier. See if I can do it without ruining anything here. And just closing off the lid here. And then I have this little bracelet piece sitting on there. You can get them in gold as well, but I didn't for some reason. And then I'm just gonna do the same in the other end, cutting off these, opening up the little lid here a tiny bit more, and I am going to widen up this a tiny bit, and then I am going to pop this end here into the holder, and that is one reason why you need to make sure your last line is something you need that will kind of be tucked away or hidden. There we go, and then we are closing this end, and there we have a really cute little bracelet that way around, so we can clasp it together, and we have a nice bracelet here. Let's see, I can't do it like that, so I am going to open it up and then put it on like that, and there it is. Now I just need to clasp it somehow. That is also a bit difficult. Just give me a second. There we go. Nope. Come on. There we go. I got it on there. And there we have a bracelet, homemade bracelet with beads. I actually think it turned out really neat. So that's all there is for this video. I hope you enjoyed that one. Now you can pack your studs here in the drawer. You can take these out and pop them in here, and everything is packed and ready for you to start a new project. I hope you like this one. I will put the link for this 3D print in the info box below. It took me quite a while to design it, so I hope it's okay with you that it is not all free, but it's not that expensive. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a nice gift idea for Christmas if you have a girl in the family that likes making bead things, or maybe a boy. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and happy crafting. There we go. Oh no! Oh no. Okay. I will have to clean that up.